This is Opes and Dreams, a podcast for alcohol-free living in Wisconsin. Join two besties as they share stories and experiences on navigating the Midwestern culture of drinking and how they manage to have more fun than ever without it. Hosted by Carrin and Kylei Parsons.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Opes and Dreams podcast. This is the Christmas edition. I'm super excited. It's my favorite time of the year. And we have some really great tips for you for getting through the holiday season, alcohol free. Whether you're newly sober or you've been doing it for a while and want some fresh ideas or fun tips, we're going to talk about that today and just kind of recap some of the fun things that we've, kind of been doing with our sober community. So, yay, let's get right to it.
Woohoo! Yeah. Speaking of that, can we talk about that Friendsgiving that we went to? Because that was the most fun I've had.
I was going to segue into that with one of my tips.
Great.
So it's really important when you're newly sober to try to find community and to, just kind of it's really helpful during the holiday season to spend time with like-minded people. So you don't have to feel the pressure of being around tons of people that are drinking. So, we have a great sober community here, but I know that there's this app and this program called Meetup, and you can always find like really good, groups of people to hang out there. They're in every city and they're everywhere. So, just kind of start there if you don't have a sober community built, and reach out to people online. Sober people, I'm telling you, we are obsessed with other sober people. If any random stranger on the internet wanted to message me and be my friend and said they were sober or looking to get sober, like I would ride or die for them. So
it's like immediately
truly
BFFing everybody.
you're
who
my
wants
people.
To also not drink alcohol anymore.
So we got really lucky here, and we have this great sober community of these amazing ladies, and we had a Friendsgiving, like a late Friendsgiving, early holiday gathering last week. And I'll let Kylei tell some of the tales about it.
It was super fun. We had it at one of the ladies' like common area in her apartment building, which was really nice. We didn't have to nobody had to clean their house, which I always appreciate when you have a gathering of people. Like, it's a good reason to host so that my house stays clean, but if I can avoid it, I will. So we all had this, they had like tables, and she brought some chairs, and everybody brought a thing, like a beverage or food. I made my white chocolate and pistachio bark that's got pomegranate seeds. There was ham in a crock pot. We had the best coleslaw. I loved that coleslaw with cranberries, and there was stuffing and gravy, and it was just really nice. We all sat down and just started chatting, and it's something that I haven't experienced as much yet. I was new to this particular group of women. Carrin has spent a little bit more time with them, but getting through that initial getting to know people and got to get through all that BS niceties, we just dove right into trauma and it was like therapy with dinner, and I loved it. I'm so here for it. It felt so good to be sitting around a table of other women who are living a similar lifestyle as you, with no judgment, no shame, support only, just like unstoppable support. And it was just really refreshing and comforting to be able to open up with these ladies that I barely knew. And you get to know them so much quicker because you don't care about what other people think really anymore. Once you stop drinking alcohol, you're just like, yeah, great. So here's my trauma. And now we've bonded. And like Carrin said, it's so easy to become really, really close with people really fast.
Yeah, it's really lovely. And I mean, we all have spent maybe like 6 times we've all been together, and like I know intimate details about these women, that
Right?
it takes years to get there in general friendships. And I can know people, I mean, there are people that I know and have known for like 15 years that I don't even know on this level that I've, now know these women on. And it's not just for women, it just happens to be that like we've had some men at the sober meetups and stuff, which is really great, but, the group of us women have really just bonded, and we all, like, a lot of us have partners and all of that kinda stuff, but we just, like, kinda really need that connection. And, it was just really fun. We all brought a dish to pass, and I made some fun mocktails, and we played some fun games, and it was just, like, a wholesome, just, like, really, really fun. It's one of my most
Yeah.
fun, like, gatherings I've had this entire year, hands down.
Same. Yeah, just the belly laughs of the game. I mean, I've always played games around the holidays with, like, family and friends. It's just kind of what we do. Um, Getting to remember all of the funny parts that we were belly laughing at is one of my personal new favorite things about sobriety. I grew up, not grow up, but in my adult years, we would stay up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning drinking with my mom and my sister and having a freaking blast. And then the next day sucked horribly if you had to go drive somewhere to spend Christmas Day with somebody. So not doing that anymore is great. And being able to retell all the stories is especially great.
Yeah, it's really something to be said about being able to, like, go out and have this amazing time and still be able to go home and get a good night's sleep and wake up the
Yeah.
next day and just be able to go on about your life and about your day.
Mhm.
Like, I was like, "Oh, it's getting to be 8:30, it's getting
Right?
late," and I but it's like everybody collectively was in that same place. Like, we're like, "Well, it's almost 9 o'clock." It's like, that's the appropriate time. You don't have these, like, drunk stragglers that you're like, "Get out of my house, like, get out of my house."
Oh my
You're
gosh, that's
just
a
like,
whole other part
yeah, you're
of
just like, everybody is aware and
yeah.
self-aware, and everybody's more like, you don't have to worry about somebody spilling wine or puking up champagne all over your carpet. Everybody is like, is polite and self-aware and having a good time. And, if somebody's having a hard time, we can all rally around and really be there for that person and show support, and in just like a different level. And it's just like, I didn't even, like, I've said it a million times. I didn't know that I needed this community until I got it. And it's just like changed everything for me.
Yeah.
So I love them. And I want to drag them all to DMG like so bad. I want to try to get
Right?
them to come out this summer for one thing at least. It would be so great.
I feel like they would all at least come out for the day. They may not all be campers, and that's okay.
Yeah, I
But
actually think everybody pretty much is.
yeah?
And that, and like the group that was there at the Friendsgiving, I
Yeah.
can't think of anybody there that wouldn't camp overnight,
Awesome.
honestly. So we'll see.
Well, let's do that.
We'll see. We'll
Should
push it on them.
come up with a name for the gaggle.
We I think we kind of do.
What is it?
Just like the sober sisters.
Oh, Sober Sisters.
Mhm.
That's really original.
Well, somebody
How
did
did
it
you
better
guys
than,
come up with
don't
that?
you dare talk shit about these women or me. You're out.
I'm only
I brought you in,
joking.
I'll
It's
take you
so
out.
funny.
Girls, if you're listening right now, unfriend Kylie immediately. She's out.
Oh man, I love you.
Yeah,
Love all you ladies.
but, like, honestly, knowing me, like, they all like you better anyway, even though I've known them.
Nuh-uh, absolutely not true. Absolutely not true. We come as like
Right,
a
right, right.
pair to be liked on our own, on my own, without anybody. I'm not as fun. But if I've got my funny buddy, I feel a lot more better.
I'm
And
sorry, are you saying that you can't be fun without me?
I
Like,
can I
you're not great without me?
I
Are we
can be.
right now?
Doesn't, it doesn't slap as much.
I agree.
Need my emotional support.
You love that. That's the best Christmas gift you could give me.
Better than the Labubu?
She gave me a Labubu for Christmas. I didn't get to talk about that because on the last episode, we had our amazing guest.
I loved it.
So thank you all for tuning into that. That was really, cool, and the
Yes.
energy, she's got so much just energy, and good for her.
I
I
love it. I love
I'm
it
here
so
for
much.
it. She's like a hot
Let's
pink glitter bomb.
Yeah, it's
Is the
contagious because now you have pink in your
have the
life.
The pink was kind of before that, though. It was kind of coming back in. My sophomore year of high school, I literally wore pink every single day.
Oh,
Every single day in some form or another, pink was my thing. It was just happened that way. It was the year of the pink for me. I was really into it, and it was like when the Old Navy's like zip up fleece vests were really popular.
oh
Had a
yeah.
hot pink one, but literally some form of pink was on my body every single day my sophomore year of high school. So I've always been a pink girl. I've just really gotten away from it. So I'm just starting to slowly bring my pink era back. We're getting there.
It reignited your pink fire. Damn.
Something happens. There's pink
Yeah.
coming back in my life. I'm afraid I'm starting to like step back into my feminine side again. I'm not
Ooh,
living so masculine on my masculine side anymore, but I'm starting to soften up and kind of like live in my feminine a little bit again. So
I
the
love
pink's
that.
in the back.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's very sweet.
it is.
Speaking of Christy, listeners and watchers, I brought my husband to her store and Devere. We went there for
Here's her
her.
son.
Yeah, Devere is my son. Sorry. I always forget that I have to provide context. Context,
Because
context.
not everybody that is listening, hopefully, knows who we are.
Right.
So we have to
So,
make this accessible to everybody.
yes. So, friends, old and new, I took my husband Alex and my 7-year-old Devere to Christy Tanner's Sober Social Shop in Middleton, Wisconsin.
Okay. And you're just getting sassy.
It was great. If you don't know, one of my favorite features about Christie's store is that she has a little telephone booth that is a storage cabinet for her various options of NA spirits, functional drinks, all the stuff that she has in a bottle that's not like a can. Usually the larger bottles, she's got them all open so you can taste it. Alex was looking at the shelves and he was asking about the whiskeys, and she's like, "Oh, do you want to try some?" And he's like, "Well, yeah." And she's like, "Yeah, it just makes perfect sense. Nobody wants to buy a $40 bottle if they don't know whether or not they like it."
Wish I had known that when we were there. I didn't know that when the meetup, but it was kinda like there were so
There was a
many
lot of
things
people.
going on.
I
Yeah.
think because I feel like we honestly lucked out despite the fact that not many people came that day, which happens. But for the rest of you, the first Sunday of every month, go to her shop because before she opens, she's got snacks and a mocktail out and you can mingle with people. And it's really, really fun to be in that environment. But because it was slower, we totally took advantage of that and like took over the table, and she brought out a bunch of bottles and Alex tasted shots of all of them and found one that he liked and we
We
brought
could
it
drive
home.
home afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. You can take as many shots as you want of this stuff and you can still drive home.
It's another perk.
It was amazing. So he went with the Pathfinder is the brand of
Okay.
the whiskey or bourbon. Um it slapped the best. Great.
I love that, that there are all of these spirits and things coming out. It's just like just really it's fun. You know, I don't drink a ton
Yeah.
of them because like I'm not gonna sit around and want to mix myself a drink. I've just never been like that. What I
Same.
wish I still, and I will scream it from the rooftops always, I just wish that they were as accessible at a bar as going and ordering like a Miller Lite would be. Like that would
Right.
be the dream is if every bar had like the NA alternative to the regular alcohol
Yeah.
so that you can go in and, you know, and enjoy it. Cause that's where I would like when I'm going out to like see live music or I'm going out to dinner, that's when I want to have that nice drink. It's not so much when I'm sitting at home. And as lovely as it is, I know that there are some people that will have like a full bar setup of any drinks and stuff like that, but I'm just not like a sit at home. If I'm going to be at home, I'm drinking teas. Like I'm a big golden milk drinker at night. I drink tea at home or water. That's where I'm
Yeah.
like hydrating. But it would be really nice if this would become a lot more common to see in bars, not just I mean, we talk about this all the time. I'm just like beating a dead horse here, but you know,
However, let's just keep beating the dead horse a tiny bit because I saw over this last week there was a pop-up event at a day club in Vegas, and the
Mhm.
whole day long event was an
I saw that.
NA event.
Yep.
They had tinctures, they had additives, they had whole bottles, they had the adaptogens and neurotropic.
Love it.
It was a whole thing. I'm like, you guys, if Vegas is starting to hop on the NA train. Like it's trending and it's getting there. And I'm so happy. I'm so excited. It makes me want to go to Vegas
I know.
if
Well,
there's
Vegas
actually some
has
options for once.
well, it's just a pop-up, so and
But still,
Vegas also does a lot of conventions and stuff like that. So that's not
yeah.
like as crazy to hear, but like the neurotropics and the functional beverages are
Yeah.
what I prefer to drink. Like I'd rather
Right.
have them have a little bit of like health properties to them. And so that's what I'm like I really wish there was more. I love that Aplos brand, if that's how you say it. I don't know if it's Oplos or Aplos, but it is
Yeah.
just like incredible. The Ume Spritz is just like it's a little pricey to buy in the stores,
That's
and it's
probably why
pricey
I've never tried
so
it.
yeah, it's really, really yummy. But they also, uh, do a spirit bottle too, so they have, like, their calm, and I just liked it to have some sort of, like, health benefit, just because the opposite of being drunk is wellness, really, so if I'm gonna quit
That's
drinking
true.
and being, a mess, at least I can, like, go out and, like, be on the wellness side of things, so we're working on it. I mean,
Yeah.
again, we have our friend that owns a bar, and I'll never quit trying. I donated my own tea to the bar the last time I was in there just
Really?
so I had something when I get went there to enjoy,
That's hilarious. I think I
Yeah.
actually have a couple of tea bags in my go bag, my kavu, because I
Mhm.
was bringing it to work for some reason. We have tea bags at work at the salon that I work at, and they just never made it into the office. I've been carrying around like a turmeric and a lemon ginger for a while, just in case I'm anywhere and I need some hot tea.
Yeah, we have so many even local tea options here in Madison of, like, really nice loose leaf teas that are local companies, and so I don't see how it would harm a place to, like, stock a couple of those and just have, like, a nicer tea selection, not like the Lipton or the Bigelow, but to just, like, cater a little just give us a little something that's not just OJ and grapefruit juice thrown into a drink. I
Yeah,
don't want gut rot, just like a little it's just something,
something.
would be really nice, and I'll never quit trying, but so far, all of my trying has not gotten me anywhere. So, I'm just gonna keep working at it because I don't know how hard it can be to just,
No,
like,
right?
order something and have it there, but apparently it's more difficult than I'm aware of.
Well, it's not that it's difficult, it's just about popularity. You need to get other people on the T train because
Well, if you don't know that it's available,
sure,
how is it gonna be popular?
sure.
You
People
don't
don't
know
know
it
that
till
they
you put
want
it
it
on a
until it's
menu.
offered.
Right.
That's
So
like marketing 101 is you
yeah,
have to
it's
throw it
gotta be on
in
the
their face for them to
menu,
be like, "Oh, yeah, I do want."
yeah, it's gotta be on the menu, and then if you see how many people order it, and then if people aren't ordering it, then take it off the menu.
Right,
Right, right,
and it's tea, it's not expensive.
right. Well, some loose leaf tea can be expensive, but it's just like a nice thing to offer. It's just a little elevated, it's a little nicer than just like, here's a Lipton ginger lemon tea bag, which is like 50 cents a box. Like, that stuff isn't even healthy. It's
Yeah,
like barely tea. It's just like garbage. So, I
extra
don't know.
dry,
Yeah.
dust,
Yeah.
dust in a baggie.
It's dust in the bag. So anyway, let's get into some Christmas stuff, shall we? Let's
Right,
talk a little bit about um navigating the holidays sober. Like
yeah,
it can be really, really difficult. The holidays bring up some really intense feelings for people, really intense emotions, and it's a lot easier to like reach for a glass. Everybody's like, getting together for the holidays, and for some reason we've as a society decided that it's necessary to have toxic poison in our hands while we are trying to connect.
right,
Um so just like, off the top of my head tips that have always helped me is one, understand that you can leave whenever you want. You don't have to stay in any room any longer than you want to be. And the joy of not drinking allows you to be able to have that freedom to be able to just get in your car and go. You're not being held back or pressured because you're drinking and you're like stuck somewhere. So that's just like one thing is just understand that you can leave at any time you want for any reason. You don't need an excuse. You don't need to justify it to anybody. You can just like get out of there. Another one, you don't have to go to every holiday party. That's just you don't have to do that. You don't have to like there might be 10 that you get invited to. Go to the ones that you know are going to feel really, really good, and don't feel bad about it. I have to turn them down all the time because
Of course you
sometimes
do.
because sometimes I just know that, like, there's gonna be a blend of people that I'm not quite, like, comfortable in my sobriety around yet. Bring your own drinks. That's a huge one. Make then you know you have something and an option that's not gonna be a glass of tap water.
Well,
Bring
and
your own.
also when you go to a party and people bring a bottle of wine, like that obligation doesn't end just because you quit drinking. You should still bring something to offer to a party for the host. I feel like that rule can carry over, but you can be like, hey, here's this alcohol removed champagne that
There's
everybody can try.
there's NA wine.
Yeah,
That's something, and if nobody wants to open it that day, at least it's something they have stocked for the future for if you come over again. Um
daring them to try.
But, like, yeah, see, I would like to see the reaction of going to
Right.
somebody who drinks alcohol's house and being like, "Here, I brought you NA wine.
Yeah.
Try it. You're welcome."
Right.
I don't know, just once. Try just one day
One
of your
time.
life trying something new. It's really not that difficult.
Right.
And I say just start your own Christmas tradition. Start a new tradition in your sobriety. If it's your first year sober, start a new tradition for yourself. Something that you're going to look forward to that doesn't involve drinking at all. Something that you maybe haven't done in the past, or if it's something you have done, like maybe you and your family would drive around and look at Christmas lights, and you always had a, I don't know what the fuck do people drink around the holidays?
Hotties.
Eggnog or some shit.
Yeah.
Hot Drink hot cocoa. I mean, that's an easy one in the winter, right? But just find a new tradition for yourself or just a new thing to do. I mean, I've loved going to theater in sobriety, like going
Yeah.
to the Children's Theater in Madison. We just did that on Sunday to see A Christmas Carol, go to the Nutcracker,
Yeah.
we went to Cirque du Soleil. I mean, we've been doing all this amazing stuff, and I've been finding that I really enjoy that, like, theater more than I like going to concerts because there's many reasons. I don't even wanna get into it, but people. Less people, they're not as obnoxious, and some of them are still drinking, which I find that appalling, that when we're on a Sunday morning show of a children's theater of Madison Christmas Carol, and there's still parents are all around having wine and beer. I don't get it. You're with your kids, try to have
Yeah.
some sober connection. If you
Yikes.
can't do that, if you can't get what through one Christmas activity with your kids at a children's theater without drinking, please get a hold of me. I will help you find sobriety because you are in need of that, my friend.
Can we
You
put a
are,
little bit of the blame on the fucking venue that is
they
selling
have to. That's how
alcohol?
they make the money. They have to. It's a business. From a business standpoint, they have to make money.
They could have other beverages.
They do. They have hot chocolate. They have all of this stuff
Yeah.
available. They're not forcing it down their throat. It's a choice you make. So you can't blame the venue for it. It is your choice to go up and order a wine or a beer or an alcoholic beverage when there's hot chocolate right there and soda and other things available to you. That's a choice you're making.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like in
Of
the
course, they're
morning,
going to have it available. They need to make money, and that's how they make
hate
more
that.
money. That's just like, hey, how about DMG doesn't serve alcohol?
Well, I mean, we
That's never
don't
going to
serve it in
happen.
the morning. We gotta wait till it's at least late in the afternoon when the music is starting. We don't open the bar at 11 a.m.
Right. But that doesn't mean people aren't bringing it
There's
in the cooler and
rule.
drinking it.
You're not wrong. I don't disagree with you at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we can put the
That's
blame on the
frustrating.
venue for that at all.
Yeah.
It's the people's choice. And if you can't, make a choice to not do that with your kids in the morning, like, and I'm not even
Right.
saying that to be a dick. I'm saying, like, that might be something you really need to, like, look into for yourself. Really take a moment and be like, is that something that I have done? Is that something that I find myself to be okay with? Do your
Mhm.
kids like that? Are your kids thinking we can't do any activities without you having an alcoholic beverage? What does that show them? What
Mm,
message is that sending to them? And that's
yeah.
with anything really. It doesn't have to just be a Christmas show. That can be like like their soccer games, the
Right.
wine culture with mom's wines and the water bottles. Like, this is your kid's game. You can't
Yeah.
be present for that. Then that's an issue that you might need to look into a little bit.
Yeah, maybe ask yourself if you've ever had to do, you know how we do mental math when we're
Mhm.
figuring out logistics for leaving the house or going somewhere? If within your mental math is how am I going to get the alcohol or where does the alcohol fit in? That's probably not great. and you
That might
should.
be a sign you need a little bit
Yeah,
of help with that, or you're a little
yeah,
bit too dependent on alcohol in your life, which is not a bad thing. There's no shame in it. We've all been there.
yeah,
Like, I've been there. There was never a time in my life prior to 6 years ago that my entire everything I planned didn't revolve around how am I gonna get drunk, or,
right,
especially when I didn't have money, I'm gonna buy a 175 of the cheapest whiskey that I can get to ensure that I will have enough alcohol to get drunk for the whole entire event or weekend. It was
yeah,
almost like how, people that grow up food insecure, how they kind of start when they have it to just, like, it's like the one thing you need to make sure that you have. That's kinda how it was for me. I had to make sure I had enough alcohol at all times. I would show up to, like, a casual day picnic and make sure I had the little mini bottles of wine because it did the job quickest, and it
mhm,
was cheap, and I just had to have it. So, no shame in this by any means. It's just
right.
maybe it's something you need to look at. That's why we're here to
Yeah.
talk about stuff,
And
so.
and it's not always asking like, "Well, how much alcohol can I have with me so that I can get the most drunk?" Sometimes it's, "How drunk can I get for this particular thing we're going to? Like, what level of intoxication am I gonna be able to get to make this satisfying or to make it fun or fulfilling?" And that's a whole
How
other chunk of
how
the
many
mental.
drinks is it gonna
Yeah,
take for me to have fun?
right.
And, then when the minute you get to that point of fun, it's not fun anymore because really physiologically, the effects of that, boost that you get from drinking only lasts about 20 minutes. And the more you drink, the more numb you're making yourself, the more you're, losing your sensory motor skills, and you're starting to slur and be slappy and fall over and loosening up. But
Yeah.
really, that serotonin boost or that high from alcohol, it's very
Yeah.
short lived. And we drink more and more and more to, try to see if we can make that feeling stay. And it just doesn't. We just go downhill from there. So,
I was thinking about if somebody who is newly sober is going to a family function where they know that, or they're like feeling nervous about going because they don't want to be the center of attention about it. Like they don't want to be looked at differently. They don't want it to be this big grand deal. And I was thinking about it like, well, versus that, like if you go to a holiday party and you're nervous about how your sobriety will be, recepted and accepted and, looked at by everybody that's there. Don't make it a big thing. Don't make a big announcement and take the attention and put it onto yourself if that's what makes you nervous. I would say just show up and just live your life. Just have it be part of you, and throughout the course of the evening, people will, say they'll come up to you and you're talking to them and they ask. That's when you tell the people, like, I don't drink anymore. I am newly sober. Here's a little bit of my story. If you have more one on one interactions like that, it forces you to say it out loud a lot, which can help it feel like a normal thing, especially if you're nervous. If you just like trick your brain into, like the what we talked about a couple of episodes,
NLP.
um, NLP, it's along those lines where you say it out loud half a dozen times because you got cornered by half a dozen family members while you were not drinking alcohol. It can help. So that's
Right.
just kind of what
As
I
long
thought
as your
about.
family or friends aren't the kind that are gonna pressure you
Right.
because they're gonna offer you drinks.
Yeah.
And then it's really simple to just say, "No, I'm not drinking." Period. That's all you have to say. It does not need to go beyond that. You're gonna get shit for it. It's the one of the saddest realities about quitting drinking is how just unaccepting people are of it right away because it affects them in some way. They're thinking now they're not gonna get to have fun with you because you're not
Right.
drinking, but all you have to say is, I'm not drinking today. I'm not drinking."
Yeah, just like what I say to Devere when he's dealing with classmates and friends. Kids will say mean things to each other, and he was talking about a classmate who was asking him a lot of questions about why he does his artwork a certain way, and he was feeling offended by the way that the classmate was asking, like, "Why do you do it that way? Why are you doing that?" Well, your response should just be, "Because I want to, because that's how I do it." "Why aren't you drinking? Why can't you have just one glass of wine?" "Well, because I choose not to. I
I'm
don't want
choosing not
to."
to.
Yeah.
Here.
It's that simple, and then walk away. And then
Yeah.
also, if that ends up being like a really negative experience, it says a lot more about that person rather than you. And it also gives you a very clear sign of somebody who is not supportive of your new journey and what you need for your best self. So that person may not fit as they did
That's right.
before. And that's okay.
Absolutely.
That
Yeah, you'll
will
find
happen a
that
lot.
out real quick. The
Yeah.
people that choose not to support you in your journey to being a healthier, better version of yourself are not people that should be in your life.
Right.
Period. You know, and they can come back in later. Like if there's a point later on where like they find a time where they now want to be supportive or want to make changes themselves, doesn't
Mhm.
mean you can't welcome them back in. But
Sure.
especially in early sobriety, it's so fragile. You got to be really careful about where you're putting your energy and your time. And we still are trying to always force ourselves into this same box or same container that we lived in while we were actively drinking. And it's
Mhm.
very important that we realize that our life is different now. It's just going to be different. It will not be the same. That's just the way it is. But to make choices to make that as easy as possible for yourself, you got to do it. Like staying home. There is such a
Right.
beauty in staying home, like New Year's Eve. I will only go out on New Year's Eve now if I'm being asked by friends to like help them at their shows in some capacity, like selling merch or doing social media content and stuff like that. Other than that, the joy and beauty of just like enjoying time at home, especially on New Year's Eve and like other holidays where people are just like out to get as drunk as they possibly can, is really, really nice. You're not missing out by doing that at all. I promise. You're not missing out. It can be way more fun. You just have to make it fun. You just have to do it. Or invite like a couple sober friends over or, you know, and just like play games and just like make your own traditions so it doesn't have to feel like so much pressure.
Yeah. Yeah,
People
I feel
die
the
on New
same way,
Year's Eve.
right? New Year's
People go out
Eve,
and get drunk and drive. It's awful out there.
Halloween, Christmas, like these are all big drinking holidays that kids are also heavily involved in. And honestly, skipping Halloween this year was one of my favorite things from this year. Just like going out to dinner, being home before 8 p.m., not
It
having
felt
to
really
say,
good.
no, thank you. I don't want your tiny bottle of liquor while I'm out here walking around with my child. I'm good.
Right, right. It was so fun. Just going to a nice
Yeah.
dinner and just, I mean, even our server was hammered, but you know,
Right.
she wasn't forcing it on us. We went to a place that, and that was a fun thing. We went to a place that had some really great like NA options we were able to
Yeah.
try and like have a good time with it and everything. So just doing new things and new traditions and just doing it in a different way is really, it's really valuable.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Our new
Hmm.
traditions that I have created in my sobriety because to remind everybody, I've got 8 years. My sober date was October 1st, and I was pregnant by December. So that first Christmas and whole holiday season, I was pregnant and couldn't drink anyway. And that, that helped with that for sure. But as soon as I got pregnant, I immediately thought about the drunk driving that happens on the roads at night when people are getting home from a party, the slick roads, the fact that we live in Wisconsin, that it sucks driving everywhere in the winter. So I made a rule. We do our Christmas Eve festivities on the other side of town, but we don't leave the house on Christmas Day. We stay home where we're safe and cozy, and we started a whole new tradition. We usually order Chinese food or Indian food because they are open. They're the only ones that are open, and they have gluten-free options, which is great for my mother-in-law. And that has become a really, really nice day. We stay in our jams, we drink coffee and eat a bunch of delicious pastries and cookies. My son opens his presents at whatever pace he wants to. Family members that do want to travel and come over and spend time with us that day, they can. It's really nice, and I love that Alex and I were able to create that family tradition within our own home. It's super special.
That is really nice. That's so
Yeah.
nice. I
And
love
come over
that.
if you want. We'll be here.
Oh, we have plans. It's so wild to me being like very Norwegian. We do Christmas Eve and it's always Advent leading up to it. So we had like the 24 days of Christmas in my house growing up. So I'd get a present every day, like a little one, leading up until Christmas Eve, and then we opened all of our stuff we always like had dinner when we'd go out and look at Christmas lights, and then we'd come home, and then we'd open presents and everything like that. And then, Christmas Day, we'd just go to grandma's. But I was never like a big Santa believer when I was a kid. That kind of was killed
Sure.
for me pretty early. So
Yeah.
I just didn't buy it, especially since we did Christmas Eve. Like we stuck to our Norwegian traditions pretty strongly in our family. So it
Sure.
was like, we just don't do the house Santa, because he's supposed to come the next day and just leave your presents out and all of that kind of thing. And I just didn't buy it. So
So,
whatever.
speaking of Santa, I think Devere's upstairs and he can't hear me talk about this, but I'll talk in
Hope
my
not. Hope he
smooth
doesn't
way.
listen to this episode.
I'll talk to my soft podcast voice. So a client today was talking about how to get the Santa gift is like 150 of these tiny little squishy skeleton dudes that he got in like a grab bag somewhere. His dad scoured the internet and found them, but they don't come in just one. They come in a bag of 150. So I was like, I've got it. I have the idea, because she didn't want to scatter them around the house because Santa doesn't have time for that, right? Neither does his elves. So here's the idea that I came up with. You have a box and you put all of them inside the box, and then you take a piece of tape and seal the box, but have it upside down. And then at the end of the tape, you roll it in a circle and put just one of the little skeleton guys on it, so that when the kid grabs the skeleton guy with the piece of tape and pulls the tape off the box, all of them fall out on the bottom like a piñata.
That's kind of funny. Please,
Right?
I have to grab my
Holding.
charger.
Okay, holding.
Or we can I mean, we got 40 minutes under
Well,
our
no,
belt.
go ahead. Go ahead, grab your charger real
I
quick. I'll
don't have
talk.
much to talk about. So,
Well, I've got this beverage. If people are watching and listening, today Kylie is tasting from Athletic Brewing Company the Apricot Acre. I'm not personally a huge hoppy fan. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call.
oh boy,
There we go.
I'm just having a whole thing over here.
Oh boy.
A lot going on here. The lights
I
are
got a
out.
phone call.
What?
It's always really fun.
I have
I forgot to
chaos happening here.
Yeah, I forgot to put my phone on do not disturb, and those spam people, it's just high time for them to come get you.
I just need to make sure that Opes and Dreams podcast recording has stopped.
The timer's
Take the
going though.
incoming call.
Yeah.
It says we're recording.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Still going. Whatevs.
My lighting's not as good anymore because I had to get rid of my lamp, but
Oh, sorry.
at
That's
least it's
okay.
not going to die.
You still look really cute in your festive garb that you got on there.
So I've got these little reindeer clips that
Oh,
one of the lovely women that comes to the food pantry that I run on Wednesdays brought them for me as a little gift.
they're so cute.
They're so precious, and was really excited to wear them. So they're kind of crooked, but that's just how I am.
That's just how it goes. I have my festive sweater on. I found this at TJ Maxx. It's got a bell and an actual scarf too for our viewers watching. It's really cute, and I know you're all envious of my awesome Christmas cow sweater. I'll be wearing this at Christmas Eve with the
Alex
whole
is a lucky
fam.
man.
I also have a scrunchie that I wear that's red, and it's got Santa's legs that like hang. That's how I get into it. It's either like super cute, classy Christmas dress or cartoon chaos. That's how I roll.
The words have left me.
Carrin has no comment.
0 comment.
Oh man. Well, do we have any other advice, tips, or interesting holiday stories to share with our listeners?
Have a Merry Christmas.
Or happy Hanukkah?
Happy Hana Christmaka.
Happy
If that's what you
happy
celebrate.
Christmas Hana Kwanzaa.
All of the
That's how you
things.
say it.
I don't care what you
Festivus for the rest
celebrate.
of
I hope
us.
it's jolly and merry and bright for you, if that's what you want. I want you to have the day you want to have.
Yeah,
Whether you
do that.
celebrate or you don't. Maybe you don't celebrate anything and it's just
Right.
another day for you. Great. Enjoy
That's
that.
awesome.
Or
Just
complain
don't-
about it on the internet all day. I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
Just don't do it alone, because isolation is not good for
You can
addiction.
You can absolutely be alone if you want to. There's nothing
Wow.
wrong with having some time at home and doing some soul searching. I spent 9 Christmases in a row alone, and it
Wow.
made the largest amount of growth I've ever had come out of me.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Some people need that alone time, other people will off themselves, so do
Yeah,
what's best for you during this time
exactly.
of year.
Do what you wanna do. Do what you wanna do, because being alone can be really healthy and good and
Can
do
be,
all of the
definitely
things
can
for you.
be.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have to be lonely. We don't have to put negative connotations on spending time with ourselves. We don't have to pressure that into ourselves that spending time alone is bad. It's actually
right.
very good, very
Is
healthy. It can
I call
be
it my quality Kai time.
I need it.
Yeah,
I would go nuts without it. I live alone. I spend a lot of time alone, and I prefer it that way. I'd rather be by myself than with a bunch of people any day.
most days.
Most, almost
Mo
all of them. Once a week, I will socialize, and that's even pushing it sometimes. So,
Yeah, I don't think I even do once a week, because I don't count work. Work doesn't count as socializing,
right.
that's a job.
Yeah, I
It's
suppose.
a fun job, super fun job.
Yeah. I need to get my, oh, I'm just going to do this because you can't say no to me on air. I want my hair platinum blonde, and I'm not kidding.
Like, full platinum
All
card?
platinum blonde.
Watch that line grow out, huh?
I don't care. I want to go back.
Okay.
I want to go back. We're going to do it.
With some pinkaboos?
No.
No?
No, because 'cause I'm gonna cut it. I want it cut, like, here. All one all one
No!
length. Yeah, it's happening. I'm ready for something different. This isn't working down here. My hair's not growing. It's not growing at all anymore. It hasn't grown at all since my last haircut. It's done growing. This is about the length that it lets it get to, and then it stops. So, I'm just not I'm ready for some fun and festive, and I'm ready to enter my 26 lob era.
Lob era.
I want my lob.
Good. Just don't ask me for finger waves, cause no.
Know what a finger wave is.
Great. Don't Google it, because 'cause I'm not doing it.
What is a finger wave? Googling it right now.
They're
Finger
gorgeous, but no, I'm not
I
doing
probably
it.
don't have enough hair for that, right?
Sure you do. Anybody that has
Why would anybody want that?
roaring 20s, baby.
No.
They're the hardest thing to do. They're so hard.
Yeah, I'm just not interested in that. I can't think of
But you
it
know
a
what?
moment.
Okay, so here's something for you because you like that ASMR stuff.
Oh, I like the
Look up
eating one, I don't like that.
because
I
there's
only
one where
like the
like
eating.
there's one where I think she was a dancer or something, and she had her hair in the finger wave gel, and she was taking her nails and going like up on her hair and like peeling it off of her hairline. It was pretty satisfying, actually. I watched it. Yeah, Bob life.
Lob,
Blob.
but no layers.
I'm gonna call it the blob. That's my happy medium between lob and bob.
Great.
Great,
My plan is to do this in 2026,
great.
early. Yeah, great.
Before your trip.
Mhm.
Okay.
Before that.
Great. All
Anyway,
right.
I'm done. I got nothing else
Every
to talk about. I'm bored.
everybody have a lovely Christmas holiday, and we will chat at you again right before New Year's.
Is it before? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We
The New
can't
Year's
say,
will come it'll
"See
come
you
out the
next
next
year.
week, right?
See
New
you next
Year's.
year." We won't do that. But we will say, "Bye."
Bye. You have to push the
Opes and Dreams podcast is recorded, edited, and produced by Carrin and Kylei Parsons. Music provided by the People Brothers Band. Donate to Opes and Dreams at www.buymeacoffee.com/Opes and Dreams podcast.